Alright, Jersey Mike here, appearing on camera for the first time and doing something a little different today because a friend today, my friend Chris, who is working the camera and making funny faces, found a little something special today in a barn. He found a number of MREs, and these aren't any MREs that you would normally see reviewed on YouTube. These are 16-year-old MREs from the 1996 menu. And I figured that since there can't be that many of these still left floating around these days, that I might as well get some video of me and him trying out a 16-year-old meal. And yes, we will be eating it. This will not be one of the ones where we just open it and sort of gasp at the freeze-dried components. We will be eating this, and unless this is horribly bad, this will probably be our dinner tonight. So we brought home two complete ones and parts of the third. One of them is menu item number 7, beef stew. The other one here is menu item number 3, chicken stew. This has actually not appeared on the MRE menu since about 1999, although there was a Mexican chicken stew, I think, in 2005. All of the menu information on this can be found at mreinfo.com. That's one word. And none of these have date codes on them, but because we had this and a few other ones we can find, you can pretty much match up the date on these to, just based on what menu numbers they are. You can match them up to the date. 1996 was actually a fairly standout year for MREs because this is the first year of the now common tan bag. So these are the first ones that look like a modern MRE, but these are in no way modern because, as you can see, instead of the light tan interior packaging, they still use the black classic packing. So today we're going to be eating one of them, and this one is going to be the due to Chris's complaints of the chicken one. We're going to be eating number 7, the beef. Now, MREs are usually pretty hard to get into, but 16 years of sitting around in a barn has pretty much made this really easy to open, or they just used to be better back in the day. So taking a look, well, you can zoom in on this, just what they look like. Yeah, got that? Here, zoom in my hands as I move this open. So, inside, we got beef stew in the ubiquitous cardboard container. Ooh, nutrition force multiplier. Looks like some sort of fun info card that you don't get anymore. The all-important flameless ration heater. What sets apart our rations from so many others. Beverage base powder, lemon lime. You zoomed in on these? Oh, here you go. I bet this is, I know what this is. Yep, the jalapeno cheddar cheese spread. Danger Will Robinson, I've heard interesting things on that. Of course, crackers. There you go. An oatmeal chocolate covered cookie. That's a wonderful sound. Hot cocoa beverage powder. The spoon. The ultimate MRE spoon. 16-year-old M&Ms. Not sure. I've seen what happens to M&Ms after several years, so we might not be eating that. And of course, the accessory kit with the micro bottle of Tabasco sauce. I believe this is green Tabasco, and that dental gum, matches, etc. If you go on MREinfo.com, they actually have a review of a 1993 MRE that was conducted in 2005. So that would have been about 13 years. So this is about the same amount, a little bit more time, but whatchamacallit. So, as I said, the other thing, the M&Ms had sort of gone south, but these actually feel like they don't feel like a mush, but I don't really see the need to eat M&Ms. Now, if we ever do another one of these in the chicken stew, this has the all-important pound cake. which again has been found to survive perfectly intact after more than a decade, but that's going to have to save that for another meal time because cameraman Chris was quite insistent on having some beef today. So we should probably get things started off with the beef stew. I can't see where this is pointed, so. Let me get an opener in here. Do you have a thing? Oh, here you go. Basically, it's a plastic pouch filled with gunk. And the way this tends to work is, oh, so this is the old style flameless ration heater. This still has some cardboard in it. I think the new one, the ones today are a little bit more flexible. The way these work is that there is solid metal magnesium inside. You add a little water, you get an exothermic reaction between the magnesium and the water, creating magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. That's why they say to use this in a well-ventilated area. And that's what causes this to heat up pretty quickly. So I'm going to give this a try. Chris has actually done this before. This is my first time eating one of these. So he can chime in and tell me when I'm doing something wrong here. We're going to get this heating and then go through the other stuff while this is warming up. Do you want to do this or do you want to let me do it? Oh, you point at me. Okay, how much water do you have in here? Yeah, sure. Basically, you add the water up to the fill line. It's really, really, really right down there at the bottom. You don't need a lot of water in these. They don't want you to overfill it. Boom. All right. And slide this in some way. You can see where they took the cardboard out of the later releases, so it's hard to get it down in there. Hope this is still working here. But even if it's not, we've got backup water going ready for it. Yep. And in it goes. And the best part is, follow me, it says to put it on the old rock or something. We actually have the rock. You can actually see that? There you go. Alright, hopefully this will heat up. These things tend to get a little hotter faster, so I'm not sure if this is still functional or not. After 16 years, the heaters might break down, but we'll give that a few minutes. But let's see what we do have. What sort of beverage do you want? You want the cold one or you want the hot chocolate? And we'll see. Oh, God. Crackers. Alright, I'm going to see if I can open up these crackers somehow. Okay. Ooh, air rushed in. Interesting. Let's probably get some sort of plate going here. Well, here you have 16-year-old saltines. Not quite the best. Wow. That's actually pretty good. Here. Of course, the real test here is the jalapeno cheese spread. Now I've seen that this is not one of the more stable elements in these. It doesn't turn toxic, but from the reviews I've seen of old MREs, although nothing as old as this, the jalapeno cheese spread can get a little unappetizing after a while. But let's give this a try, see what's going on here. What color will it be when it comes out? It is the consistency of peanut butter. Oh, I need to get a beverage going on this. Wow. It's pretty good. I am quite surprised. Yeah. Good. Getting a thumbs up from Chris, who doesn't seem to want to talk on camera. We need to break out a beverage here. Oh, shit. I think the Flameless ration heater has lost most of its, surprisingly, doesn't seem to be going very well. As in, it doesn't seem to be going well at all. So, fortunately, we thought ahead just in case of this scenario and heated up some hot water, but we'll give that a try in a second. I think it's working. Want to put it in there? What? As you can see, here, zoom on this if you can. As you can see, cheese spread is slightly discolored, but some of it actually, probably the ones toward the middle, actually maintains its faux 90s cheese texture. So, hats off to the people that designed this stuff. Alright. The Flameless heater is just not working. It's tried, but I'm assuming that it just oxidized somehow over the last 16 years. So, we're going to stick it in this pot. Hot water for about 5-10 minutes. Get that going. Alright, what's next? Might as well go for dessert early here. The oatmeal chocolate covered cookie. Always a fan favorite. Oh, this is nice. Sweet. Looks like plastic, but that just means that the Army readiness guys are doing their job. Give some to Chris. You can see it's completely chocolate covered, not dipped, not half covered, with some sort of, it says it's oatmeal, but it could be anything inside. It could be biscuit. Go try. Yeah. Really good. They give these a shelf life of about, the Army only will use these for about 2 or 3 years before, I don't know what they do with them, they surplus them or they throw them away, but these things, there's no reason they should ever be thrown away. These just keep on working, and this food is still completely edible. Packaging is robust. The cookies and the other things are held in the foil. Tears open pretty easily. Doesn't taste much like oatmeal. It tastes a little bit like oatmeal, but it basically tastes like generic cookie covered in chocolate. Chocolate works. Oh, pretty nice. What do you want to do? Want to make the hot chocolate, or do you want to do the powdered drink? Or want to just have the thing? Powdered drink? Alright. We got two of these, might as well use one. Now, the newer MREs, they come with the drink mix bag. We won't have a drink mix bag. This is the older one. Again, they're always innovating. Probably just gonna need where do you got a container that would work well? Where? Anything over here? Or are you using an analogy? Is that clean? Is that clean? Oh, this makes 12 ounces. Basically your Gatorade type big mix. Oh, nice. Has the wonderful consistency of Ecto Cooler there, although it's nominally lemon lime. Yeah, that's great. Of course, these, you can't, powdered drink mix isn't going to go bad. Yeah. Yeah. Now, while waiting for the entree to heat up, all these MREs are one meal. They're usually on the order of about 600, 700 calories. Maybe 7, 8 if you count the cookies. They're looking to give, what are you looking for? Isn't it? They're looking to provide about 2,500, 3,000 calories per day for an active soldier. Most other militaries, ironically, provide usually 24-hour packs. So they'll give you 2 entrees, some breakfast stuff. But I've always liked the individual meal usage. Probably a little more efficient to ration things out this way, although you do get a little bit more waste. And of course, although the flameless heaters seem to lose all... Oh, there they go. So the flameless heater seems to actually be working now. Do you want to make a second one, or what do you want to do? All right. So the second one we have is the pork lo mein. Not much to see here. I'm actually going to try to put it in the now functioning heater bag, which I guess just took a little time to get going there. Ooh, boy, that stinks. Whew. You. Boom. All right, let's see if we can get this guy working. If there's enough go juice left in that. All right, so I guess when you're working with the 16-year-old ones, it might take a little while. I said any of those alkali metals can develop oxidation around the outside, so it can take a little while to get those cooking. It's sort of like aluminum, but that's heated up very nicely there. Okay, so we got one in the back. We got one on the stove. I'm guessing the stove one is probably just about done. Again, I want to get our plates out. We have a standard ration accessory kit here with the mini Tabasco, salt, what looks like non-dairy creamer or instant coffee, toilet paper, matches. I'm going to leave this one wrapped up. We don't really need to go and use any of this stuff, and this is always a good thing to have on hand to stick in a backpack or in your car if you're ever going to need salt or matches or toilet paper or emergency seasoning. So I'm going to leave that aside for right now. Also, we got some hot chocolate which you might use later, but again, it's just going to be powdered drink mix. This lemon lime stuff is actually pretty good. I've never really seen had drinks set in the lemon lime category. Usually in the cherry. Yeah, it's good. Alright. I'm assuming that our beef stew is probably done now. Get some tongs. You got tongs somewhere? What? Pie hot. Yeah. Ooh, those heaters stink. Alright. Yeah, that is well done. Ooh. So what should I do with this? These are scored, but I'm just going to give it a cut because it's still really, really hot after being in the hot water bath. Alrighty. Ooh. I'm just going to pour this right out. What? I'll tell you the first smell, this smells exactly like Dinty Moore beef stew. It's beef stew. The peas are still green. The potatoes look like potatoes. The beef is beef. This is absolutely astonishing. Yeah, you can zoom in on that. Zoom in. Gives you a good portion. Fills up the plate there, but I mean look at that. You got green peas, not just gray green peas, that's real green. There's carrots, orange carrots. I don't know what they did to make this stuff last this long, but zoom. All right. So we took a little time out there to eat bit. My friend insisted Cameron wanted to add some Tabasco. Zoom out. So we added some of our large bottle of Tabasco, but yeah, this is just like any normal, like a Dinty Moore beef stew. Only I think it's better. This is surprising. This is really surprising. I'm not a huge spicy person, so I think it's just fine. But if you only have 3 taste buds, you're probably gonna want to put some sort of seasoning on this. All right, I'm gonna pass this back. I'll also pass back the Tabasco. I'm gonna do that up. Spoon. And do we want to eat the rest, all the stuff here, or just want to have the other thing? And where did the cheese spread go? You took it. There it is. All right.
Who do the M&Ms?
You want to see what's in this? I can feel. I mean, they feel like M&Ms. They have not degraded. I can tell they have not turned into mush. So I don't really see a huge need to crack these open unless you're very hungry. All right. Because we have extra, so from the parts of the other one, we have peanut butter. We have another one of the oatmeal cookie bars, which we just had, but you can hold on to. I don't really see a need to go through 16-year-old peanut butter, but we do have some additional crackers. And we got to finish off this jalapeno cheese spread. So, do you want more crackers or? All right. Oh, it's great. When you crack these open, you can hear the air rush into the package. Where's the other plate? Your best bet when getting these is just to try to, whoa, stick them right out. These are remarkably intact. Don't crack so well, but. And it actually looks like normal cheese spread. I've seen these turn in some of the other review materials. I've seen these turn black or horribly brown, but these are still, you know, they go from yellow to peanut butter colored. So maybe it's the '80s ones that have the problem. Not be good for you, but the modern ones are much improved from even the 90s. They have more selection. You got the beverage mix bag, got better sides, actual sides. The 90s ones basically gave you one pouch of your entree, and that was it. Today most of them come with some sort of side dish. There's about 3 times the menu selection. So they continue to improve, but you know, if anything shows you how the test of time works on these things, this is quite impressive here. Alright, I don't think our pork lo mein is getting any hotter. Oh. There's definitely a smell associated with these. Metallic, like you'd expect. Now this is not going to be as warm as the last one. So I'm mixing it up here to try to even out the even it out. Now again, I'm not sure what. This doesn't feel like it's going to be lo mein. Again, it just feels like goo. So. It's going to be interesting to. Oh no, I can feel some noodles and such in here. All right, so this was not in a pot of boiling water, so this should be able to open up. There we go. Whoa, that's interesting. So I'm going to put some of this out on the plate because I was instructed to the proper way is to eat it directly out of the bag. So what we have here is some sort of mix of potatoes, probably pork, maybe some sort of mushroom, so you guys zoom in on that. I don't know what this is supposed to look like. This doesn't look like any lo mein. Oh, it's chow mein. There you go, that's the problem. So take about half of this out for me, and then I will provide the rest to my friend here. Alright. Bring your spoon. Oh, the water chestnuts are still crunchy. I cannot believe this. They're crunchy. Now, not the greatest, I don't think it's the greatest dish in the world, but it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's about what I expected to have any sort of canned processed food. Very salty. Definitely has the salt. Chris over there is using the Tabasco and just pouring it right into the pouch. And he seems to have used this. This is very salty. This is much saltier than the beef stew, or at least apparently salty. I don't know how good reviewing the actual food is, besides saying, you know, how it compares to something you'd expect buying today. Because again, the menus have changed dramatically over the last 15 years, so there's not much you can really, you're probably not going to encounter any MREs in this old yourself. Oh. Oh. 2 minutes. Okay. I'm going to try the Tabasco enhanced Chow Mein here. Whoa, yeah, that just tastes like Chipotle now, so, woo. I don't mind the original stuff, but again, if you like more spice, that's what they provide the Tabasco for, though you probably put more in than they would give you. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Got a lot of MRE residue here, but the only thing I can say is just remember that when you're using the old ration heaters, or the really old ones, they're going to take a little longer to get going than the new ones will. That probably took a good about 5 minutes to get going. The food is perfectly edible. So, anyway, if you ever find one, don't be scared of it. These will stay good forever. And if you ever buy some, you can just leave them in your house in case for a hurricane or a zombie apocalypse. Anyway, signing out.